HellaBass here, bringing you a new idea I got here to do fantasy picks YouTube videos for you guys. Kind of make a little show of this. Used to be part of a Fantasy Fishing Insider podcast. Posted my picks to blog and social media before. I've done pretty well in fantasy fishing, but I thought it'd be fun just to kind of review this and do a little bit of a kind of a show for each FLW and Bassmaster tournament. So we'll start with the Ross Barnett tournament here for Bassmaster. So we'll kind of review. I already went through the picks. I used Bass Rankings as one of the tools I like to use. We'll review that a little bit. But let's just start with Bucket E. And we'll talk about some of these picks. So I went with Brainard. He's having a, let's see, where is he? Not a great season, 109th in the points, but he's got a little bit of history here. So you can look back at some previous open tournaments. These are the best references here. And actually in March of 2015, he took runner-up to a local in this tournament. So for Bucket E, I think that's a pretty good value. To look at him, he's only got a 0.6% ownership, so he is poised to make up some ground if he does well. So it's a little bit of a gamble, but it's Bucket E, and I think I'm okay with that. So in Bucket D, I'm actually going with Stephen Browning, who's got about a 10% ownership, which is decent, but he's pretty strong on this body of water. We can look at both of these results here. He took 5th in this Open, and he took 2nd in this Open to Randall Tharp. So 2 top 5 finishes, one in the spring, one in the fall. Stephen Browning tends to do pretty well in this part of the country, you know, Arkansas, Mississippi, these types of waters, river, shallow fisheries. He's a pretty strong fisherman. He's really good at grinding out these tough tournaments. Jumping into Bucket C, Randall Tharp, he's the top owned, so this is a little bit of a safe play. You might have noticed he won that fall tournament Open. So look for him to be pretty strong in this tournament. It's going to fit him well. This is a pretty shallow reservoir with a lot of lily pads, you know, wood, shallow structure. It's going to fish a little bit like Florida, so Randall Tharp's going to be right at home. He's not having the greatest season, but I think he will be pretty strong in this tournament and carry the team. Bucket B, Bobby Lane at 6.6%, I think is a pretty good value. Much like Randall Tharp, I think this style fishery will set up well for him. I'm not sure if he's fished the Opens or not. I can't remember the research that I did, but I just feel like he is going to do well in this tournament. It really fit his style. And then lastly, Jason Christie. You know, he's 3rd overall, having a really strong season, looking to continue. You know, Ottifo, he's got a higher percentage ownership. You know, Greg Hackney is higher, but I think he's a pretty good value. I just got a gut feel that Christie's going to be pretty good in this. One tip here, you can kind of toggle based on percentage, their top 12 this year, their overall points, their rank, just to give you a feel for how they're doing. That can help you sort your lists. Other people to think about, I think absolutely any of these guys in the top 5 to 6, you know, all these guys could be really good. There's really not, it's hard to make a bad pick in this top A bucket. I would think, you know, a couple guys maybe to avoid here. I think John Murray, although hot, probably doesn't fit his strengths. Almost everybody else here I think could have a really good tournament in this bucket. So let's look at for some other, you know, Justin Lucas is having a tough year. He could snap out of this, as well as Chris Lane, Tommy Biffle, all guys that could do pretty well in this tournament. Fred Rabanus could have a breakout tournament. There could definitely be a frog bite in this tournament. All guys to look at here. Gerald Sporher, he's probably a little bit of a local. Looking for other Bucket D guys. I think Drew Benton could do well here. He probably fished this in the Opens. Marty Robinson's definitely got Open experience on this water. Kennedy's fishing really well right now. I wouldn't be surprised to see him do well. Rojas could have a good tournament here. So those would be my other picks in bucket C. Bucket B, a lot of really strong talent in this bucket. I can see Kevin Van Dam being boom or bust in this tournament. I can see him really getting on him, or kind of being middle of the pack. Edward Evers probably strong in this event. I would probably skip Ayler and Iconelli and Polinick. They can catch him anywhere, but they're a little more finessey. Brett Hite, I could definitely see a chatter bait or a vibrating jig being really strong. Mississippi, local angler. I don't know if he's that familiar with Ross Barnett, but never hurts to be close to home. All guys to consider here. So we'll use this as our first pilot episode. Let me know what you guys think. Leave a comment if you like the show, if I should do more of them. Leave a comment, let me know who your picks are for this tournament, and look forward to doing more of these. Thanks for watching, everybody.